J-Drone here. This is Tech Toys Aerodrone X6. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Self binds, then just throttle up lightly. And this is your speed. Second speed setting, third speed setting. We're going to keep it in the second speed setting. That's your video and that's your still. And we're going to take this for a flight. Kind of want to see how the video is on this. Last time I tested the video, I got it stuck in the top of a tree and found out that the audio on this is excellent. And the videos, the image quality is pretty decent. I think this camera is pointed down entirely too far. You should be seeing my neighbor's house with how high this is, and you're seeing the top of the car, my car on this side of the street. You can see how high it is. You should have been seeing some buildings there. I'm estimating you're probably close to 100 meters. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 150 feet, 200 feet, not quite 100 meters. And I do have some wind. It's kind of blowing to the left of the screen. And just as I said that, sure, gonna be in a tree, gonna have to climb it. Nope. That's what the drone saw. I've thrown this from the top of a tree down just because I didn't want to carry it down. This is a very well built drone. The body itself seems to be very well constructed. Again, I wish that camera they didn't have it pointed downwards so much, especially because this doesn't have epic range. It's kind of mid-range. So I'll put the altitude meter on this. I don't know if it's able to carry it, and if it does, I'm gonna say it's probably hitting 150, 250 feet tops. And with how angled that camera is down, you're really not gonna get much of anything good with this, unless you were to mod it that you're getting over 100 meters. But the video quality itself ain't bad. I really don't know what you would use it for, because again, if you're only flying 100 feet to 200 feet max, you're not going to get much of anything on that video. I mean, you can see I'm taking it up here pretty high. But again, I'm by houses, and I know this has limited range, so I'm not going to push the limits with it. It's a fun flyer though. Definitely would be able to fly this in the house, especially with the full propeller cage around it. I prefer flying outside. And I brought it down just to save the video. I'm not sure how this quad is. I know some quads, if you kill the battery and you're still recording, there goes your video. So if I don't know how it is, and that was kind of a under toss up, I held it from the top and kind of let it down and then flew it. If you don't know how the camera is, I'd say fly for like 1 to 3 minutes and then stop and then start again, just in case it does erase everything if the battery goes out and you can't shut it off. All in all, it's a nice flyer. You definitely want to have it on a flat surface, and if you are slightly leaning to the right or the left, you should probably trim this, because the wind does move it very easily. And if you don't have it trimmed properly and it is leaning to the left and the wind's blowing it to the left and you're trying to move it to the right, you're going to have a very hard time doing so. But if it's trimmed properly, you should be alright, unless a strong gust gets it. Yeah, I didn't get much video past what I've shown you. We're gonna go ahead and take this out and see what the range is. Hopefully it don't fly off to the right. and she's down, so I'm saying that's max range. Again, I don't have a computer in my head to tell you exactly how many feet this is. I'm gonna say it's probably 100 to 150 feet. Which is odd because the antenna's sticking out of the controller in a little plastic compartment, and we're up. And what just happened? I did not try to do a barrel roll. Oh, nice. Our propeller off. These propellers are like the DM007s where they just press onto a pin. I did look for the propeller. I couldn't find it in the grass. Fortunately, the manufacturer did give you 4 extras, so if you lose one or you break one, this is how you put it on. Just put it over the pin and push hard. It's on. We're going to go ahead and put the battery terminals back together and make sure we put the proper propeller on. If you put the wrong propeller on, it's not going to fly properly. It's going to lean to one area. And we're spinning. And we're going to make sure all of these are tight. I guess from hitting things, maybe something got underneath it and that's why it came loose. But we're in the air, so we'll take it back outside here. We're back in the air. This seems to get decent flight time, about average flight time. Right now we're pushing 7 minutes, but you figure we crashed once or twice. We also put the extra propeller on. So whatever the final time is, take off 2 minutes, and that's what we got. Decent beginner quad. I'd say actually a really good beginner quad if you're going to start flying inside. Inside, you're not going to lose the range on this. If you bump into a wall, it has that full cage, not going to have any issues with it. And as far as the camera on it, again, don't really see doing much of anything with that camera because it's pointing too far down. Unless you modded it and you got it up higher, I don't see that camera doing much good of anything. I'm kind of hovering around here. This battery has to be just about dead here soon. And we're down and we're bouncing up. It's a good indicator that the battery's dying, that you don't have as much thrust than you did in the beginning, where you'd be able to drop it and take off and not hit the ground. And yeah, she's losing thrust here. She's down. We're down. Again, this is the Aerodrone X6. I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And again, press those propellers down periodically. Make sure they're on tight. Have a good day.